Hey yo, what's up with y'all? How y'all doing? In today's video, I will break down piece control for beginner players and for advanced players. I will be sharing the methods that I use and the ones that all the big pros use, like Reet, Peterbot, Buzz, you name it. That way you can actually dominate and win fights with it, and that way you won't be left behind. In this video, you will learn what piece control is, how to use it, and how it works in general. But without any further ado, let's get into it! Piece control is a move that allows you to control the fight. You can limit their movement and create opportunities for eliminations. It involves placing walls, ramps, cones, and floors. And if you're looking to improve your piece control, I recommend you to continue watching this video. And now that we know what piece control is, why do we need it? First of all, you can dominate close range fights to limit their movement and force them into vulnerable situations. So something like this or like this. Also, when dominating in close range fights, you will be able to anticipate the enemy's movements and place builds ahead of time to cut off their escape routes. You also need piece control to maintain high ground, using cones and floors to make sure your opponent doesn't build up. If you can stop your opponent in their tracks and make sure that they can't build up anymore, that is also piece control. You can use ramps and cones to cut them off, and that way you can control the fight. They'll be forced to go back down or turn around. If you want to be good at piece control, you need to understand how to use your cones and ramps. Instead of you taking a 50-50 and risking losing damage, piece controls allows you to set up a nice safe angle for shots. And there's plenty of ways you can edit to make sure that you're safe. There's multiple reasons you need to learn piece control. Now that you know what piece control is, I'm going to show you some basic piece control moves. First up is full boxing. Basically, when you full box somebody, you want to make sure they're not looking at you. You want to always make sure they're in a move, because if they're looking directly at you, there's no point in full boxing them. You can do a half piece. Let me explain that. Basically, a full box is when you place a wall, edit it, put cones, and put walls. But if the opponent is looking at you the whole entire time you're building around them, they can just shoot you. If they're in a move like this, or if they're in the middle of running and they don't know that you have this wall to begin with, that is the perfect time to do it. Or let's say if they see you, right, and they know where you are, right, you still want to piece them to make sure they can't go anywhere. Or let's say if they're looking directly at you like this and they know you're behind this wall, you don't want to piece them. You want to do a half piece. Basically, you want to hug the left side of this wall like this, stay on the far left side, and that way you have the right hand peak, and then you can continue to piece them up like this, put two cones. But your objective, right, you can of course put walls like this without showing yourself, but that's overdoing it. But anytime you want to piece control somebody without them seeing you, you want to always hug the left side. But in situations like this, when they see you and they're looking directly at you, you want to do a half piece. Just put the cones down. That would be good enough. That way they can't go up or they can't build to cover themselves up. You could just put a wall, two cones. That way they can't build in front of you. See, look, they could put a ramp, but guess what? You can still see directly in this box. That does not help them. And that way you're not exposing yourself for too long and you can get the piece off. But now let's say somebody's in a box already, right? And you want to do a half piece because you know they see you breaking into their box and they want to shoot you. But you don't want to do a full piece. And you couldn't do a full box even if you wanted to because they're already in the box. Basically, you want to break the wall, take it, edit, at the release, look to the left, put a cone in the box. You see how I hug the left side of this wall? This should always be a reaction. And I'm going to show you a simple way to do this. Basically, you want to break the wall, pull your map out, right? Put a wall down, edit. Once you edit this wall, you release it. You see how my map is still in my hand? Only reason my map is in my hand is because when I broke this wall, I made sure to pull my map out before I started building editing. And that way, once I release my edit, I can just tap the cone button. You see how that worked? And I can peek into the box. It works better if you're on the cone yourself, but in most situations, it's kind of unnecessary. You can also do the same trick, but with a different edit. You want to make sure you're on the cone for this one first though. You want to break into the box, right? Tap map button and pull out your map. And then edit with your map in your hand. And what you don't want to do is edit like this, because you're exposing yourself. Of course, I could hide behind a cone. That does work too. But what's stopping them from running out? Secondly, this right here, this little right hand peak, since I'm on a cone, I'm sitting up a little too high for me to look around this corner. But when you have this set up, you want to make sure you edit like this. Let go, slide a cone in. From their perspective, this is what they're going to see. They will have to go all the way right here just to see you. By then, you can shoot. There's holes the whole time, right? Like even right here, I can't really see. And that grants me access to slide a cone in and get shots off, little body tags. But also be ready for them to go either to the left side or right side or to the back. But if you can honestly see them in their box making the edit, about to go somewhere, then prepare for it. You have to decide if you want to full box them or halfway box them, because look, they can get out very fast. Either you can get the wall, cone them, and shoot them like that. That way you can get a shot off before they fully get out. Or you could edit this, and by the time you get this done, they're in the full box but you have no damage. That also depends on if they fall for it and they stay in the corner. Same thing with this side. If they're running out like this, do you full box or do you half piece? And the best way to answer this question, if they're one shot, I suggest you go for the full box. And that's when taking that risk is most likely okay. You also secure the body and the loot. Remind you, they're one shot and they're easy to kill, so all you have to do is just go in the box. Get in the box and hit one shot. They can shoot you back, and I'm assuming that you have full HP or you have more HP. That way when they hit you back, it wouldn't even affect you. And of course it also goes by the weapon they have too. Next up we have the sideways mongrel classic. The person I see using this the most is Reet. Basically it's like I showed you earlier. You want to break the wall, pull out your map, replace the wall, edit the wall, put a ramp, edit the ramp back, and then as you're editing this ramp back, you want to sit here and get behind this one piece right here, like this little slab. See how my body's automatically covered up? Try not to show your body too much because they can't tag you. But once you release this ramp edit like this, you want to already be behind it. That way, once this ramp is edited like this, they can't see anything. And what does that leave them with? A tag. You shoot and reset that wall as fast as possible. It's very OP. It's one of the most guaranteed ways to end a fight. And it works really well if you do it after facing a ramp in their box. The next technique is piece control while moving. Basically, you want to be able to free build while making boxes everywhere you go. That way, once you actually get to the person, they will automatically get full box. And in order to do this, basically you want to make sure once you put a wall, or like once you're in a box, like let's say I'm in a box right now, before you leave this box, you want to have like a good little gap between you and this next box. You want to edit the wall and put cones. And it's easier to put cones back here like this instead of you being already inside the next box and trying to put cones, because you would have to look up really high. But if I'm far back, like right here, watch this. You see how that places? Okay, edit this wall and put two walls. You see how easy that is? It's so much easier. So make sure if you're trying to piece control while moving, you edit the wall first from a distance, or like from a good little distance. You don't want to be like right here. Release the wall, you put two cones, and then the walls. You want to practice spamming this a lot. You see how that works? It works every time. But if you're double editing down, you want to keep your map in your hand, double edit, put walls as you're dropping like this, and land on the cone. I reset myself in front, I double edit right, put a wall right here, put a cone as I'm falling, like this. I'm gonna look to my left and I'm gonna look to my front. It's like I'm falling in a little pocket. You can just keep doing that. You really just want to get a hang of doing this and mixing them both together at the same time. And there's also a version of this going up. Basically, you want to go into a triple edit, but you want to make sure you have a wall on your right side or left side. And then you want to do a triple edit going out. You want to edit the floor, and then you want to edit the cone. Put a wall. Hug this wall right here and edit this wall at the top. Put a cone and a cone and duck right here behind this area. Same thing, you can also full box, or you don't if you don't need to, you know, and you continue to jump in the box and get the kill. Next up, we have boxing down from above. So basically, once you see somebody or know somebody's going somewhere, really, this is really just like a game of rolling dice. You want to just pick a random spot and assume they're going to go there, and then go in with full confidence and make a full box in that area. And just keep doing that until you catch them. I say mostly go for this area back here, because I feel like most people tend to go in these three spots. But basically, anyway, put the cone in the floor. Remind you can put these both at the same time. So, see that? Instantly. Do a double edit as fast as you can on this side though, like on this side, like on the right side. Don't do it on this side because you want to have the right hand peek. So do it on the right side and then hug the left side. But once you do this, look down, put a cone and put walls, and then lean into the left side, giving yourself the right hand peek. Remind you, they're gonna be like this. They don't see nothing at all, right? They would have to come right here to shoot you. Then at that point, you can just shoot and reset. And you can put a wall first before you do that, but I recommend you be 100% sure because it does take longer. And remember, the same rule applies. Are they full or are they weak HP? If they have a lot of HP, don't full box them because that gives them a chance to shoot at you first and chip away at your damage before you even get a shot off. And that way, you're most likely gonna lose the 50-50. So make sure they're full HP. You do a half piece so you can shoot faster and get your damage off. And when doing this, also, you wanna make sure you don't just jump in somebody's box. You wanna be careful of that. Also, if somebody does this to you, you can try doing this, right? First of all, this wall right here is always going to be yours, guaranteed. Because if they box you this way, there's no way for them to look down and get this wall. They're going to have these two walls and maybe this wall, but they can't get this wall. But you can literally claim this wall, hug this wall right here. It's a very good peek for you. Only way they can see you is if they walk all the way up to the edge, and once they do that, they're fully vulnerable. You can jump up and shoot them. They can't really see you. So this is the counter for that. Next up, we have side jumps. You basically just do a side jump like this, edit the wall, put two cones and then two walls, and you hug it. And in order to get this done, basically all you have to do is just far as you can down to put this wall like that. But basically, right, to do this, you want to jump, do a side jump, right? And once you jump out to the side, you want to look up and put walls and then land on two floors like this. See, I jumped up as high as I can, put that wall. I put this wall first, then I put that wall up there. And then I put a floor under my feet first and then above my head. And then you jump up to the right side and then you put this wall and then another wall at the top. And then you land on two ramps like that. Edit the window. Walk up, put two cones. And then put a wall behind first, staring directly in the box. And then look all the way down to the bottom left and put this wall. But yeah, those are some basic piece control techniques that you can practice. Next, we're going to talk about predictive piece. It's guessing where your opponent is going to go based on their movements and the builds they place. And then you place builds accordingly to keep control over the fight. Or you can force them to go somewhere. And you can call it whatever you want to call it. But basically, you are forcing somebody to be predictable. And some of the most common ways is putting cones and floors down, leaving them open to get full box, right? We also have phasing builds in. But there's a problem we need to talk about when phasing builds into boxes. The thing about phasing builds in, you give them time to react. So if I phase a build in a box like this, right? And then I edit, and I shoot, right? When I'm putting a cone in a wall in somebody's box like this, and then I take my time to edit this wall, that's giving them enough time to edit out. As soon as somebody phases a cone in my box or a ramp, automatically I'm making my way out, right? I'm gone. But if you don't phase builds in, you give them no time to react, right? You break the wall, edit, then pull out your gun and shoot. It's instant. That way they will have no idea what you're going to do until you already did it and they're wide open. They won't have time to run at the box like this because of course once you place this cone, they're going to realize what you're doing. So make sure you do it correctly. And this works really good mainly if you have low ping. Another thing when being aggressive is you want to make sure you never take damage. Like the whole entire time you make every play in advance, you don't want to take damage. And in order to do that, you need a good start. And this is what that looks like. If you play controller, you know how people edit this wall and reset it? It's way harder to do this on controller. You can do this, that, and other, but it's way harder to get this wall to reset. But if you go to this right side and do it, you see how this wall is more visible? Of course, look, you can't pickaxe. You have a pre-right hand peek and you can reset this wall really fast. You see that? You just look up and reset. And you can also shoot this wall out while covering yourself up. Also, when you box up at any time, you want to make sure you stand right here. Like, you see this line right here in this box on this floor? You want to imagine where it is and you want to stand right here. Like, right here in this area, right? Because if somebody places a cone, you're going to be above it. If you're right here, you get coned every single time. Don't forget to use code Frizzy in the Fortnite item shop before purchasing any cosmetic items. I appreciate and love all y'all for your support. Shout out and thank you to the ones that already used my code and the ones that are about to. I love all y'all. Okay, now it's time to talk about the most underrated moves. So basically, yeah, the advanced moves. If somebody has, like let's say they have something above their box and they're going somewhere, all you have to do is just hug this wall and throw cones out. You can keep doing this as long as you want to. You can just keep throwing cones out. As long as there's a top and a bottom of a box, you can literally throw cones out. This is so underrated. So let's say you run into somebody's box, right? You can just do like this. Automatically, that limits their options. You can do this anywhere, right? Anywhere. This next piece of control technique is basically putting walls down and then editing windows and putting cones. And let's say somebody drops on your wall, right? You can also do this at a stationary standpoint. When you box up, right, you can instantly put down 2 cones. All you have to do is edit on the side. You see how I can put cones in? I'm fully covered, right? I put cones down and everything. Now this player that's in front of my wall is like in a little pre-piece. Let's say they were on your wall, right, and they thought you were going up. You can edit the peanut butter, put a cone, and reset. Go around. The fact that we can place cones outside our box like this from super far away is very OP. You can piece control anybody. Now I'm going to talk about exit control, and basically this is the right way to go about exit control. Let's say you're in a building, right? This is the building. This is my so-called building, and you're box fighting right here in this area, right? And you have no builds for yourself, right? But you have builds in the other player's box, right? You're piece controlling them, right? You may think this is smart, but you're setting yourself up. Look at all of this free space they have. If they come out that box, they can claim any build they want and turn the fight against you. But let's say you put a wall right here, you know, and a cone right here. They don't have that many options. Once they come out this box, they can't put a wall right here. They can put a wall right here, but they can't put a wall right here and they're exposed. That's exit control. And that's also you creating a backup for yourself just in case they make a play, which is you resetting this wall. Same thing goes with this. Let's say you're in front of somebody's box, right? And they have this wall, and the only thing you have is this ramp. In this situation, I don't have much exit control, or I don't have even the foundation for myself. I can cone myself so he won't cone me. I can put these walls so he won't put these walls. I can edit right here. Put these cones so he won't take them. Put these walls so he won't take them. That way, right? In this fight, he won't have much of an option. He won't have much to do. I control my exit. And let's say I was on his wall, right? And he did cone me. He put that cone up there. If I put this wall, that's me claiming exit control. If I put walls back here, make it 2 boxes, that's me claiming my exit. And that way he can't spam like this and claim my exit for me. That's exit control. Let's say I'm in a fresh brand new box, right? And somebody breaks my wall and put a cone in my box. And I have to go out the box and make a whole new box, right? From the aggressive's perspective, all they have to do, you know, because they already have this wall, all they have to do is just shoot you while you're making this new box. You're leaving yourself vulnerable like that, because obviously, once they have this wall, it doesn't matter how fast I can put this wall and make a whole new box. It doesn't matter. Me doing this action right here, editing this wall, putting the cone, turning around and resetting, is giving them time to shoot me. That's way too slow. You're gonna get shot. So what you want to do after making every single box, once they break this wall and edit in like this, well, as you're walking into this box, you want to look to your right with your map in your hand, reset it, put a ramp, and continue making more boxes like that. That way, after every single box you make, you're covering your exit. But anyways, that's it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank y'all very much for watching. Also, I do have a Discord server now, so if you want to join and talk and chill or whatever, or you want to, like, you know, get a chance to play the game with me or talk to me in general, then join the server. I will also be doing giveaways eventually, running polls. I don't know. We get you you can actually get to meet me if you want to, or just vibe with the rest of the community. But anyways, I hope you have a good day. Peace out. Have a good one and stay safe. Bye. Burger with no honey mustard.